Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Intuitive Energy Forecast for April 8th, 2022. I'm Arlene Grace, an intuitive energy coach, master numerologist, and channel. So it's funny, I was not listening. I was tuning into the energy today, and all I could hear was this one song and then this vision of tic-tac-toe, the game tic-tac-toe, X's and O's, right? And the song that was playing was the Spice Girls, Wannabe. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Now tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Right. And I don't want to sing for you. And so I'm like listening to the song and I'm just listening to the lyrics and I'm watching the tic-tac-toes. And today's energy is that of the 9 and that of the King of Diamonds. And for me, how that's coming and being interpreted through my consciousness, right? And how I'm channeling the consciousness of the energy is we've got the 9, and the 9 is everything. It's all of it. And it's let's move to the next level, right? What do you want? And in this moving into the next level, we've got to let go of all of these things. We've got to let go of things that don't necessarily serve us, which is where the tic-tac-toe comes in, right? Tic-tac-toe is a zero-sum game. It's I'm trying to beat the other person, and either one person's going to win, the other person's going to lose, or we're going to have a draw. And now when we think about that as patterns, the whole game is a pattern. You now make a move. They're strategizing to make their next move. You make a move based on that, then they make a move. And many of us live life in that way. And yet we're living that life in that way unconsciously because we're not actually moving in the direction of what we want. I was just working with a client right now, and she's in this place of acceleration and momentum. And she's like, oh my God, I had this one CEO that backed down. And it's like, oh, do I go for that? Like, should I apply for that job? Like, should I ask if they're actually going to open up a position? And then there's another person that came to me and they're like, oh my God, I'm stepping down from my own corporation and I want you to apply. And so she's got all of these things that are happening. Oh, I might want to move to a different province. And I'm not sure if I want to move to this different province because I've got all of these niggling things that are saying, hey, but stay here, stay here, stay here. And she's thinking, and this is where she was, where, oh, well, if I were to go over here and take this position as a CEO, then that means that I could not have a vacation this summer, and this and this and this, and this might happen, and this might happen. And if I go over here and actually ask, then this might happen, and this might happen, and this might happen. Tic-tac-toe. What she forgot is coming back to, well, what do I want? What do I want? And so the King of Diamonds is really the master of the physical world. He is able to have the things that he wants. But at the same time, this King of Diamonds can be seeing things through one eye. Like if you were to look at the card of the King of Diamonds, he only sees through one eye. He's the only king out of the entire deck that only has one eye. And so he might be blinded to some things. He might not necessarily see all of the pathways. He might not be playing with possibility. He might be missing out on some things he actually wants. And in this, he wants to win in a lower perception. He is willing to win. He's willing to take out the other players. He's willing to be aggressive, and he's willing to do all of these things in order to have the money, to have a successful business, to have all of that stuff. And yet at the same time, kings need their queens. And the reason why they need their queens is because they need to balance their masculine and their feminine energy. They want to bring in their intuition. They want to bring in that feeling in their body. They want to know whatever it is that they're desiring, what that feels like in their body, because that will direct them on to their path. It will help them to know, oh, this is the right business decision. Oh, this is the right, I should be, I am going to put money into Ethereum or to Bitcoin. There's all of these things. He has this ability to bring both into harmony so that that intuition can guide him into the action. Right? And so it's this ability to see where you might be future planning all of the things that you want, but you don't know what you want, right? And then having all of these other things that are in your way, i.e., your past experiences, the fears that rise up, the what if I did have it all, your upper limits. Because as I was looking at the lyrics for Wannabe by Spice Girls, she was saying, you know, if you want my future, forget my past. If you want to get with me, better make it fast, right? If you want my future, forget my past, see me as who I am now. Be with me here now, right? If you want to get with me, better make it fast. Decide whether or not you want to be with this person. Decide whether or not you want to play with wealth. Decide what you want to do in your business. Decide, feel into what you want, and decide having it, right? If you want to get with me, better make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Decide, be with it, be willing to act on behalf of it. Get your act together. We could be just fine. Letting go of your worries, letting go of the other patterns that may present you or be presented to you, or the flushing away of your patterns altogether, right? This idea of, if I do this with my partner, then my partner will respond this way. And when my partner responds this way, then I know that I'm either going to be this or I'm going to be like this. And if he's angry, then I'm just going to kind of back down and I'm going to get all quiet and I'm going to do all these things, when really and truly, I just want to take up space. Taking up space. I'm going to be me. And so looking at life through this lens of, are there patterns that are rising up that are preventing me from having what I want? Am I willing to let go of the past and decide that I'm going to have it so that I can transmute and let go of whatever comes my way? Let me say that better. When we decide something, we create a disruption in our life. And when we create a disruption in our life, the disruption is these ideas of what people are going to say about us, whether or not we think we can have it, whether or not we are good enough to have it. All of these things are the disruption. And that disruption is what is showing you what you need to move towards, face head on, in order to have what it is that you want, right? And so if you are wanting to have a partner, if you're wanting to have a romantic partner, and you're in this place of, you know, I'm feeling inspired. I feel it's springtime, feeling inspired. I feel like I want to have a romantic partner. I think it would be a lot of fun having a romantic partner and moving through all of these things. You have an awareness. It's springtime. I feel like I would like to experience some fun with somebody romantically. And so in that awareness, you're now moving in the direction of, oh, I think I'm willing to have that. And so when you think you're willing to have that, all of these thoughts start to rise up. Why you can't have that partner, what's in the way of having that partner. Beliefs start to rise up. Am I pretty enough? Am I this enough? Am I too much? And as that comes into your awareness, then you get to accept you anyway, love you anyway through it. You get to forgive yourself for thinking those thoughts. All of the patterns just start to rise. And then you get to move through this place of, I'm going to have it anyway. I desire having this romantic partner, so I'm going to have it. And continuing to move in that direction. And so this is the energy today. The energy is to graduate to the next level, to let go of all of the things that you think are holding you back from what you want. And of course, first, knowing what that is. So that's today's energy. Noticing where you're playing a game with somebody, but someone has to win or someone has to lose. Someone has to be right. Someone has to be wrong. Someone is better than you, or you're not good enough, or whatever those things are, because this is allowing for you to see that you're playing a game based on what you're seeing outside of you. And so you're going outside of you in order to get the validation, to get the money, to get the things, when it always is going to begin with you. What do I want? What does it feel like in my body? What does it look like? Am I willing to allow myself to have it? I can feel things rising up as I ask you these questions. Excuse me. Right? Because if we don't know what we want, we're just going to continue to unconsciously play tic-tac-toe with people. If you're playing tic-tac-toe with your partner, then you want to pull back and ask yourself, what do I want to experience with my partner? Because I'm playing out a pattern that does not serve what I actually want. It's not serving me in this moment. I want more. I'm going to let myself have more. Beautiful. So today feels like a fun energy, right? Maybe go dance to Wannabe. Maybe go play tic-tac-toe and notice as you play tic-tac-toe with somebody, notice, do I actually do this in my life? Do I play life like a game? Or am I willing to let go of that and just do me, play me, be me? Because in that game, you're not the main character in your own life. You guys are playing the secondary actor to each other, which makes you really disposable. So be you, do you, know what you want, and have an extraordinary weekend. Any questions, comments, please feel free to share, and I will be happy to respond. Wishing you the most extraordinary weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.